Hello and welcome to an information session on an amazing new company called LifeVantage. I've been involved with this company for the past year or so, and it has changed my life in terms of looking at health and wellness and cutting edge science. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the products and also about the business, and I'm extremely excited to be able to present this to you tonight. My name is Gail Pearson. I'm an anaesthetist practicing in Auckland, New Zealand. And even though I'm a medically qualified doctor, I've had a new role, and my new role this year has been as a businesswoman and as a leader. So I want to show you how we can do this in terms of what the products are, what the business is, and how incredibly exciting this can be for you as well. And so tonight I'm going to be talking about the four components. I'll be talking about the products and the science. And if that's all you're interested in, then please switch off once you've had that. But the next thing I'm going to be going on to is about the timing and why. Why should we be doing this now? Why should you have a look at a new opportunity? Why should you start to reevaluate things? And I think that given the situation in the past couple of months, it's been a time when people have started to relook at their lives and what they do and how they want to live their lives. I'll also be talking about the compensation and how you can get rewarded for putting in work into a new business. And I'll also talk about the systems, what systems are in place in order for you to be able to achieve that. So first of all, I'm going to start about the products of the science, which is my primary love, because science is my background, and that's how I fell in love with this company, because I looked at the products, I looked at all the research, and I thought that this was a way of the future. I thought this is how we are going to make people healthy from the inside out rather than the outside in going forward in the future. Now, the company started with a single question. So it started off in the late 1990s with a scientist by the name of Dr. Joe McCord. And he asked the question, is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? And he wanted to make sure that he could figure this one out. So what he knew were that our genes contain incredible abilities to help keep our bodies healthy. They have the patterns, they have the way that we can actually make our bodies function like they were when they were children. In 2003, they actually mapped the whole human genome. And that means that all of the genetic building blocks which make up your DNA were mapped, so they knew exactly what was in the human DNA. That same year, Protandim Nrf2, which is an activator, hit the shelves. So already we've got the genome has been mapped and we've got our product on the shelves in 2003. Then what happened? Well, in 2005, there was an investigative reporter who came along and said, I'm going to debunk this company. This is all rubbish. I really want to pull these guys down. He went on ABC Primetime, which is sort of equivalent to our 60 Minutes, and he decided to be a guinea pig. So he went into the lab every day and had blood tests and took Protandim as well. Well, what happened was that after 30 days, his oxidative stress levels measured on blood test were down by 40%. And that was unheard of. So all of a sudden, we've got scientific proof measured on blood test that Protandim Nrf2 lowers oxidative stress. So what that did was the sales of Protandim Nrf2 increased dramatically, absolutely hugely after the TV documentary aired. And then a lot of universities and prestigious medical centers, they also took it on board, and they took the product and they started to do some independent research with Protandim. So these were not company-based, these were independent research. Texas University, Louisiana State, Harvard, University of Glamorgan, Louisiana State, etc., etc. So they switched over from retail to direct sales in 2009. They found that what they wanted to do is they wanted to get the message out. They wanted to educate people. They wanted to, what we call, network with people to say, this is a great product. So like when you go to a great restaurant or cafe, you want to tell people about it. You want to say, look, support this. This is an amazing new venture. This is an amazing new cafe. Look at the products that they've got. Go there. And then you do. And so this is what the secret and the success of this company has been, because the product is so outstanding. Word of mouth gets around much, much quicker than something just sitting on the shelves, people wanting to know what it is and how it does it. It's a much more effective way. So they began using the word activation because we know that this acts at a specific scientific pathway called the NRF2 pathway. And no longer do we call it supplementation, even though it is a tablet in a supplement form. We call it an activator. And now I want to talk about the 3 theories of aging, because this company not only looked at the theory of oxidative stress, which was the first theory, but it also has looked at 2 other theories of aging, and I'll go on to those a little bit later. Let's just start off with the oxidative stress first of all. So you might say, well, what's oxidative stress? Never heard of it before. People Google everything these days. Please go to Google and look up oxidative stress and to see what it's connected to, because we know that oxidative stress builds up over your lifetime, and it is the body being bombarded by oxygen-free radicals, which are formed as part of your breathing. They're just byproducts of your normal energy production. But when you get older, you no longer have the capability to be able to neutralize those oxygen-free radicals. So your capability of producing antioxidant enzymes goes down as you age. And that's one of the signs of aging. And we know that aging and oxidative stress increase, we know they affect every single organ in our body, be it the heart, the skin, the kidney, joints, lungs, brain, the immune system. Everything in your body is affected by oxidative stress. So let's go over what are the causes of oxidative stress. Well, we've got all the toxic things like smoking, pollutants, inactivity, poor diet, alcohol, pesticides, herbicides, over-exercising, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. All of these things are additive towards oxidative stress. So the NRF2 works at the NRF2 pathway, and that's a major genetic regulator. What it does is, and one of its functions, is it produces your own antioxidants. Now, it produces your own antioxidants, which are called superoxide dismutase. I mean, you don't need to remember that. Increases it by 30%. This was the first enzyme that was found. But subsequent to that, they've seen that catalase, which is another antioxidant enzyme, increases by 54%. And it also increases glutathione by 300%. Now, this is a really important fact for people who do high-end athletic training or sports, because we cannot generate our own glutathione. It has to be recycled. We can't take it orally because it gets degraded in the stomach. So basically, you need to make your own, and you need to have an ability to be able to help you make your own glutathione so that you can use your body at maximum endurance, at best recovery from injury or from sports that you've done at the highest level. So what is it made of? Well, all natural ingredients, which have been around for thousands of years. Milk thistle, which we know is a great liver cleanser. Bacopa, which is great for clear memory and not having any brain fog. Ashwagandha, an old Ayurvedic herb, great for stress, for improving memory and for sleep as well. Green tea extract, a great antioxidant. And turmeric, we know, is a great anti-inflammatory. So all of these compounds are all natural, put together in a patented formula at the right amount to be able to stimulate this pathway to its maximum. So this comes just in one tablet, and this tablet is capable of neutralizing millions of free radicals from activating that pathway. So it's a totally new, different scientific way of looking at how your body can be healthy and well. So let's look at the comparisons between antioxidants, because a lot of people will just go to the health food shop and they'll buy antioxidants, or they'll have lots of blueberries, etc. So antioxidants, as we take orally, work on a one-to-one basis. Yes, they do lower oxidative stress, but not on the same effect as protandim does. So protandim, as I said, will reduce oxidative stress, which is the damage that is caused by oxygen-free radicals, by 40% in just 30 days. Whereas the dietary antioxidants, they really don't make an effect on the DNA at all. And down here, I've got a little diagram of what the comparative values of antioxidant orally would be compared to Protandim. So if you look at the little pictures below, 11 pounds of blueberries per day, 375 oranges per day, 120 vitamin C tablets, or 87 glasses of red wine per day. Not going to happen. But look over on the right with the Protandim. There's a graph there that shows a red line which shows what happens when you age, and basically your levels of oxidative stress go up as you age. That's the red line without Protandim. Let's look at the blue line. With Protandim, it doesn't matter what your age is, whether you're 80 or whether you're 25, 30, your oxidative stress levels decrease. And look at that difference in oxidative stress levels. So 1 tablet a day will activate the body to produce the equivalent number of antioxidants that you need in your body to support healthy cellular function. And as I said, it's backed by science. There are a lot of peer-reviewed journal publications, and it's not easy to get an article published in a peer-reviewed journal because they go up against councils, they are looked at by several of your colleagues before they're actually published. So this is a biggie, and look at the range of heart medicine, the journals that it's in, the publications that it's in. Incredible. Universities, Ohio State, Harvard, Colorado State, Washington State, American Aging Association. There's been a lot of research done with Protandim NRF2. It's been around for long enough and it has got solid backup, which is why I was so extremely excited when I saw this. Especially when Washington State University said NRF2 activation is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. It may well be the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. The most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Now, we haven't had anything like this for absolutely eons, for decades. This is big stuff. This is new. This is scientific, cutting edge. And you are so fortunate because you are people tonight who will know a lot more than the average Joe blogs. You'll know a lot more than a lot of medical people because this was not around when I was at medical school. So you have the privilege tonight of learning about something that is cutting edge and is the way of the future. So LifeVantage didn't stop there. Because they're such a forward-moving company, they then looked at the second theory of aging, which is mitochondrial decline. Now, if you remember back to your high school biology days, mitochondria are the small bean-like structures that are in cells, and they are responsible for energy formation. So the organs which need lots of energy, like the heart and the brain, have thousands of mitochondria within each individual cell. They're really important because they tell the cells how to function. They produce proteins, they produce enzymes, and they produce the energy, which is called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. And the body needs that constant energy to run. As you age, the mitochondria numbers decline. Their way that they are, which is their formation, gets abnormal. They don't regenerate in a healthy way. And so it's important that we make our mitochondria healthy to provide maximum cellular energy. So mitochondrial biogenesis is making mitochondria that are fresh and new and healthy. Again, we've got all natural acetyl L-carnitine, quercetin, grape extract, alpha-lipoic acid, and coenzyme Q10. So what does this NRF1 do? It acts at a specific pathway called the NRF1 pathway, which increases the cellular energy. It increases sleep quality, and it also makes your cellular repair a lot more functional and a lot easier. It supports healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. So now we've got two theories of aging. We've got the oxidative stress theory and we've got the mitochondrial decline theory. And we've got two ways of counteracting this. The third way that we can look at this is the sirtuin activity. Now, this has only just come out in late of last year. The company looked at the substance called NAD, or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, which is also involved with physical energy, for motivation, for mood, for cardiovascular health, etc. Sirtuin activity is a set of proteins in the cell. It's about 7 proteins. But again, your production of sirtuins and the activity of sirtuins slows down over time. So what have we got here? We've got a switch that stimulates or activates the NAD pathway, again, made of all natural compounds. And what does it do? Supporting healthy longevity, improving mental focus and concentration, huge energy boosts, and also maintains cholesterol levels in the already healthy range. So together they're called the tri-synergizer. In New Zealand, we're very fortunate that we will be getting the NAD to add to our dual synergizer this year. And currently we have the protanum NRF1 and the NRF2, and which is, remember, the oxidative stress reduction and also the mitochondrial decline function. And shortly we will be having the sirtuin, or the NAD, which is coming to New Zealand this year. Extremely exciting. And then you'll be able to get all 3 products all together to maintain maximum cellular health. And that is incredibly exciting, because this works at levels that we have never ever experienced before. So our product pillars, what have we got then? As I said, we have the activation pillars. No genetically modified products. There's no artificial colors. There's no sweeteners. There's nothing that's abnormal. There's nothing, they're all natural. So that gives us a huge edge. We're using a natural product to activate scientific pathways. And this is something that we've never ever seen before. Now, this company has extended its range as well to a ProBio, a skincare range, and a hair care range. And I want to just talk a little bit about the ProBio, because most people say, yeah, we can just buy a ProBio, but this one is different. And it's different because, number one, it does not have to be kept into the fridge. And number two, it's got a specific capsule on it, which allows it to get through the stomach acid. Most probios are disintegrated within the stomach acid within 6 minutes. This has got a capsule that allows it to get through that stomach acid and into the intestine, where it has to be placed, for 52 minutes. So what you're doing is you're getting great bacteria in the right place, and it also has a compound in it which will support bacterial growth. So here we have a probio which is not only delivered to the right place in the right timing, but also has support for it as well. And easy to take, really easy to take. The True Science Skincare acts on the NRF2 pathway as well. And you might say, well, how does it do that? It gets very down deep into the dermal layers of the skin to activate the genetic pathways in the dermal layer of the skin. I've got some lovely slides on showing you the histology, or the cellular structure, when True Science Skincare has been used for a week compared to ordinary products. And once you've seen that, you'll know what it is, and it's an incredible product. And the same with the hair care. We have people who come back and they say, we don't know why we have never been on these before, because they are clean, they don't have any toxins in them, and we need to stop putting toxic products on our skin and in our hair. So you might say, well, great, I want to start. How do I do that? It's really, really simple. Just ask the person that invited you here tonight to this webinar. You can just sign up as a customer, and what that does is it creates an account like any online account, where you place an order, you put in your details, your email address, your phone number, your delivery address, and then pick what products you want and then pay for them. If you want them on a monthly basis, you get them cheaper, but you can change your order every month, and that's easily done because you have full control. You can cancel at any time. So you have no commitment in terms of what you have to do per month or as an order. You can order whatever you want to do. So what I'd like to encourage you to do is to start on these products, see what they're like, and then you'll be convinced, and then you'll want to spread the word, which is exactly what I've been doing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about the business. And so if you're interested in listening about the business and listening how I have created a business over the last year or so, which has me as a now successful businesswoman, I've got 350 people in my team, over 250 customers customers. Those are people who are buying the products on a monthly basis, who understand the value of these products. But I also have distributors who want to create an income, and they are doing this by operating LifeVantage as a business. Now, before I start, I do want to say that we have to make a disclosure here because an individual's earnings depend on how hard you work. Obviously, if you have your own business and you sit there and do nothing, you're not going to get anything. But if you work hard, or if you are determined, or you really are passionate about the business and the products, you will do extremely well with this company, because they are an extremely generous company, and they have given me a new bow to my arrow, as it was, because I never thought I would be able to do this ever. So you might say, yeah, sign me up. What do I do? So if you want to sign up as a distributor, what you do is you buy a pack. And with that pack, you get more product than what you actually pay for your pack. But what you also get is your own personalized website straight to LifeVantage. And I want to show you this here. It looks like this. So you get your own shop, basically, your own online shop, which people can order on it. So you can have customers who straight away say, oh, well, I want to order. What I do, you give them your website and they order off it and immediately start to get commissions if you have the appropriate, what we call personal volume. So what I recommend is the platinum packs. That gets you the best in terms of the compensations, and it gives you the most product. But with this, as becoming a distributor, you not only get your own website, but you get mentorship, training. The product is, once the customer orders it, comes out from a warehouse. In New Zealand, it comes out from Auckland. All over the world, we have warehouses in different countries. And they package it up and send it direct to the customer. So you don't hold any stock. You don't have to worry about orders going out. You don't have to check things. It's all done online. The company also provides a customer service on telephone and on email. All your accounting is done. You are paid via a hyperwallet, so there's no problems with payment. And you're paid in the country of whatever the dollar value is in that country. As I said, that's the website that you get. And you also can get the ability to share an order. So if someone's not quite computer savvy, you can pick what you want to order for them or what you think they might want, and then just share a link with them so they can just go straight in and just put in their details and put in their credit card details, and the order just comes straight to them. So let's look at the timing. Why is this important? Well, as I say, we've looked at different ways now. We've had to work from home. And you can work from anywhere. All you need is a computer and a phone. And you can be at the beach. You can be on holiday. You can be anywhere in the world. And it's about social sharing. Remember, I was talking about networking. And it's about sharing what you think is great, what you think is a great product, what you think is a great company. You don't have to have any inventory. It's a virtual office. Everything is done online. And as we said, it's a personal online store that you have with your personal back office, which shows you all of your customers, your distributors, your income. Everything's there for you to personally access. And you might say, well, why would I want LifeVantage and why now? Because most of the world is yet to discover this company called LifeVantage. It's new. And if you look at the graphs in terms of wellness, in terms of product categories, wellness is increasing hugely, 35% in wellness. Look how much leisure and educational is increasing, predicted increases, 2.7. So we're looking at a huge increase in wellness. And so this is where you want to be when people are wanting to spend time and money on their health and wellness. If you look, as I said, if you Google oxidative stress, there are over 220,000 studies published on oxidative stress, and it's increasing astronomically. So we know that we have to counter oxidative stress with NRF2 if we want to live healthy and well. So let's look at the company. This is the CEO, Darren Jensen. I've met him personally, a couple of company events. He's amazing. He's a very gentle man. He's very heart-centered. He wants to do the best by everyone, and he's got a great sense of community spirit and a sense of giving back, a sense of giving to people who are less fortunate herself. And this company is all about that as well. It's not just a grab company. It's about a give company as well. We're there to support you, and we're there to support other people as well. He was named to the DSA, which is the Direct Selling Board of Directors, and that's actually no mean feat to do that. They were launched in Spain in 2019. They were made the best place to work in 2019. In the Ireland, it was also launched in 2019. So what we're seeing is about 2 or 3 markets per year this company is launching throughout the world. New Zealand launched in 2019, but this is a biggie. In 2019, they also named Erin Brockovich, and you might well remember her from the movie with Julia Roberts. She is very into health and wellness, and she has been named to the board of directors, and she's going to be a phenomenal asset to our company. It was honoured with the Stevie Awards for Best Products. It was opened in Belgium in 2019, added to the Russell Index. It celebrates its 10th anniversary, and that's when we had great fiscal reports. In October, as I talked about NAD, that was launched just in October, and we will be having it available in New Zealand very shortly. And as I said, we opened just last year, so we're very new in New Zealand. This company is on the NASDAQ, which means it's a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. They were invited to ring the closing bell in January of this year in association with Health and Wellness Week. They did a little speech and they did the closing bell. That was a huge honor for a company this small to be able to do this. As I said, the markets are open everywhere, and more are opening every year. The beauty with this business is that I can have customers or distributors in any of these countries. So I have customers and distributors in Canada, in the USA, in Australia, in the UK, and in Ireland. And you can use your business for anywhere, from just sitting in your home with your laptop and your phone. It's phenomenal. So I want to talk a little bit about the compensation now and what it actually means in terms of business and how you actually make any money. Well, you get paid weekly with Smart Start bonuses and launch bonuses. The percentage depends upon what you have in terms of what we call a PV, or a personal volume. Now, these are all terms that will be totally new to you if you haven't done network marketing before. I've had to learn every single one of them, and it's been a steep learning curve, but it didn't matter. I had so many people around to support me, to tell me what to do, and I just went out and spread my passion, and all of a sudden I just started getting an income, which I didn't even know what I was actually doing to be able to do this. So it's all done automatically for you as long as you work your passion. So how can you get into profit mode? As I said, we were talking about personal volume. Now, 1 bottle of Protandim NRF2 have what we call a personal volume of 40. So you need 100 to get paid. So that's you maybe getting a dual synergizer, which is an NRF1 and an NRF2. That's 80 PV. Or you might get one for your husband or wife. If you get one of each, you're already at 160 PV. So you're paying for your own personal products before you've even started. If you have a personal volume between 100 and 199, you'll get a 30% Smart Start bonus on any new customers' orders within the first month. If it's over 200, you get 40%. This is just an example of how I do it. Remember, I talked about the Protandim NRF2 is 40 PV, a dual synergizer, or the NRF1 and the NRF2 is 80 PV. And then if you get all three, if you've got the NAD as well, that's 100 PV. And so this is how you start to get an income. I've left it at US dollars because it changes per market. So it's actually paid in the currency of your country. But just for ease of simplicity, I've just left it here in US dollars. So that gives you an idea of what you will get paid. Just if you get these customers, 3 customers, look what you've already got. You've got 200 PV. You're going to get 40% of the next lot. Huge. This is a publicly available on Google of the income earning potential of LifeVantage distributors. Now, if you look at Pro 3, which is very doable, that's a 5,000 PV per month. The average monthly commissions at a paid rank is about $626. Now, that actually means quite a bit per week for most people, and it's a very doable. You know, you can have this as well as have your own job as well to keep the two of them together. Easy as. Can you do it? Let's look at the system. There's a 24-hour support. We have people who will support you, who will mentor you, they will launch you, they will do presentations for you, and they will lead you. We have regular team meetings, we have mindset training, we have skill set training, we have leadership training. It's easy to keep you motivated, and we can have a lot of huge network. You can have friends that you find that you've never ever met before, and I feel so privileged that I have a huge family of LifeVantage distributors now, which I never had before and had never met before, and it's incredibly exciting to be able to work with these people and to be guided by these people, and for me to guide other people. Being a leader is easy. I've got a very strong team. We're all into health and wellness in all sorts of different ways. So you don't have to be medical to do this. You don't have to be a top-class business person to do this. Anyone can do this. And that's what we want to make it do. We want to make it simple for you to be able to create a business for yourself, to be able to change your life however you want to change it. So do you want more information? Please go back to the person who recommended you to come to this webinar tonight, or become a customer. It's easy, try the products. We have over 80% of our people who are distributors actually start as customers, and our retention rate is huge. So you can see that people come in with the products and then they like it so much they want to spread the word, and then they get rewarded for spreading the word. They become a distributor and they join the team. And I'd really love to have you on our team with us. And any questions, either message me or message the person that's brought you along here tonight, because I'm excited and I think you should be too. And let's get into this health and wellness in a huge way. Thanks very much for watching tonight.